when you have teens and they're committing adult crimes, there needs to be adult punishment.
Missouri leaders are speaking out against the teenage violence in St. Louis County. The two different solutions they're suggesting.
Hail, rain, and a possible tornado. We survey the damage left in the wake of those severe storms on both sides of the river.
Yesterday, storms moved through in two different rounds, creating hail, tornadoes, and wind damage. What's in store for us as we recap yesterday's storms, and we'll talk about this weekend.
This weekend, everyone's Irish. What you need to know before heading to the Dogtown St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Right now, if you have an opportunity, come over to your television set and take a look at these live pictures of the storm damage in O'Fallon, Missouri. Right now, there are almost 3,000 American customers, Ameren customers, without service in Missouri and in Illinois as we speak. And that's all because of the storms that crossed our paths yesterday. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March the 15th. I'm Renee Knott.
And I'm Sydney Stallworth. I'm in for Michelle Lee. Good morning, guys. Paul Cook is here, of course, as always. And of course, Gary Frank is here filling in for Anthony Sauter.
Yeah.
And you had a very long evening yesterday tracking those storms that caused that
Yeah,
same
you know,
damage.
obviously the hail was the biggest thing. That was probably the most impactful, right? It's going to be something that, you know, obviously damaged homes and cars that we just saw. We're probably going to see more of it now that the sun is up and you start to get some of that. But they're going to do some damage surveys from some of the tornadoes. We actually lucked out tornado-wise from what it could have been. So that's actually positive news. We didn't see as much wind damage and tornado damage as was possible, but the hail is what's going to probably catch your attention the most because it's the most impactful. We had golf ball and baseball size hail, not in just one or two areas. There were multiple areas that had that. Now, of course, it is quiet right now, and you're going to see that the rest of the day. This is where the storms moved through. About 24 hours ago, we had our first round. It cleared out. We always talk about if we can get some clearing and destabilize the atmosphere again, and then it got to 80 degrees. And that's what we had as we had those storms that developed. And we'll talk about that here shortly. But I want to focus on, to get you out the door today, temps in the upper 40s. It is cooler outside, but it's not all that bad overall. And I think temperatures will stay pretty steady the next several hours with clouds around. And then look at this afternoon. We're headed for the 60s. We're above average. We'll talk about what happened yesterday, share some of your photos and videos, and also look ahead to the weekend.
Yeah, from yesterday, the insurance guys are going to be busy. Those adjusters running around evaluating stuff. Hopefully yours is okay. All right, so we're going to look outside right now at our big map. This is what it looks like out there as far as delays go. You can see our color coding at the top of the screen there, and you are fast in almost every area, but we do have a report of an accident in Illinois here, just south of that St. Clair Avenue, Caseyville, 64 going eastbound at 25th, and then the ramps closed for your parade this weekend at 14th. Just something to be aware of. As you can tell, that could bog you down a little bit, and quickly here's that parade route that you'll be dealing with tomorrow. Another tick of traffic coming your way soon, Sydney.
Thank you so much, Paul. This morning, residents in O'Fallon, Missouri, waking up to damage caused by a massive hailstorm just yesterday.
It was really bad. Our Travis Cummings is live for us at a Ford dealership that was hit really hard. The dealership is near Interstate 70. And Travis, what is the impact there?
Yeah, Rennie and Sydney, I've counted at least 100 vehicles damaged here at the Clement Ford in O'Fallon. Take a look here, pretty badly cracked windshields. I mean, just completely caved in here. And then you can see the dents on the hoods of these vehicles caused by that golf ball sized hail there overnight. Just really bad situation here on this car lot. This is the Clement again in O'Fallon here, the Ford. Now, according to the National Weather Service in St. Louis, the storm produced golf ball sized hail yesterday afternoon. Those were reported in areas including Warrenton, Eolia, and Hillsborough, Missouri. We talked to one man who took shelter with his wife inside their cellar here in O'Fallon. Chris Henrich says he has hail damage to the siding on the left and back sides of his home, cracked windows. The golf ball sized hail event went through their rear bedroom window even. He showed us it on his cell phone there. Henrich also says nearly a dozen golf ball sized hail or bigger pounded the back and front windshields of his sister-in-law's car that was parked outside of her home.
Well, we heard the alarms, the sirens, and so we took cover, but the noise was so intense. When it hit the roof, it sounded like gunfire. And so it was pretty serious. So of course I looked out the window and started seeing the cars getting pelted.
Again, residents are going to have to start thinking about insurance claims as soon as they wake up this morning, and they're going to have a lot of claims to put in here at this Clement Ford in O'Fallon. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll tell you about how to protect yourself against scam artists during these insurance claims. We're live in O'Fallon. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Travis. Right now, the National Weather Service is analyzing storm data for Brighton, Illinois, to determine if a tornado touched down there. The storm knocked down power lines and caused power outages for thousands of people in the area. No one was hurt, though. Now, the large hailstones were enough to cause damage all over St. Charles and St. Louis counties. And it's not surprising that the stones were so large that car windows and house windows were broken. If you can get the Weather First forecast sent straight to your phone anytime by simply texting the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Right now, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey is pushing for stricter punishments for kids in juvenile custody. He's responding to the fights that left a Jennings middle schooler dead and put a Hazelwood student in a coma. Bailey specifically referenced the 15-year-old girl in custody for the fight that left 16-year-old Kaylee Gain with severe brain injuries. The Urban League calls teen violence a crisis, but says that neighborhood programs can help curb conflict.
There is no discretion here. The court has to hold a certification hearing. When you have teens who should know better, who do know better, and they're committing adult crimes, there needs to be adult punishment.
I think that we need to get out further, much further on the front end. Once a young person has committed a crime, then there are codes and there are laws that govern what should happen.
It's up to the St. Louis County courts to decide if the 15-year-old arrested for the Hazelwood fight should be tried as an adult. Right now, there's no official hearing scheduled. Also, St. Louis County Police are still looking for the people responsible for the death of 14-year-old Justin Brooks. He was stabbed Tuesday afternoon just down the street from his school, Jennings Junior High.
Tonight marks 1 week since a Mizzou senior went missing in Nashville, Tennessee. Just yesterday, police announced they do not suspect foul play involved in the disappearance of 22-year-old Riley Strain. Strain was kicked out of a downtown bar around 10 p.m. last Friday, and security footage from multiple businesses show him walking towards the Cumberland River. Nashville law enforcement agencies have used drones, helicopters, and sonar boats to search the area.
So we're utilizing absolutely every resource we can possibly think of at this point. There's no reason to believe that he's been a victim of a crime, and I can't possibly think of any other resource we could utilize that we haven't used or are using right now.
And right now, police are trying to get more data from his phone and his Apple Watch. With Mizzou's graduation just a few weeks away, Riley's parents are hoping for the best.
Today, St. Louis County Police will open the new Acton Southwest Police Precinct dedicated to an officer who was killed in the line of duty. The building honors Officer Blake Snyder, who was shot and killed while responding to a disturbance in 2016. He was 33 years old. The ribbon cutting is happening at 10 a.m. and the precinct is on Gravois Road.
6:08, your Weather First forecast on a much quieter finish to the week as temperatures overall are a little cooler. We can still see cloud cover in Chesterfield, but this was an area that we looked as far as storm development yesterday, even at this time, because we had our first line of storms yesterday that Anthony was tracking, and then the second line that impacted more of us as we see that move through. Most of us were clear by about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, but not after we had all that hail damage. And right now temperatures are cooler. Yesterday we got into the 80s, but right now it's 49 degrees. We've come down a degree or two. I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped to 48, but a north-northeast breeze at 15 miles an hour makes it feel like 43. So that's going to be a big difference for you as you head out the door. I don't think it's quite as breezy as we hope through the second half of the day, but gusts in Chesterfield are at 26 miles an hour. So this is going to be something that we have to contend with. It's out of the north. It's a little cooler, right? But I think overall temps hold pretty steady the next several hours. As we get to around midday, we'll start to clear out just a little bit. You'll notice that as more sunshine comes out, things start to calm down, and it's going to be a much better afternoon. As we look to yesterday, we'll also talk about this weekend as it gets even warmer, at least for a brief period, as we head into the St. Patrick's Day holiday.
This weekend, it is easy being green. Our Megan Curtin joins us with ways to stay safe and make the most out of Dogtown's St. Patrick's Day festivals.
And a tennis broadcast met its match. What happened when some bees decided it was time for their close-up?
Buzz, 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 buzz. This morning, the City Museum is home to a brand new world record. 355 people headed over there yesterday wearing tighty-whitey hats to break the Guinness World Record for most people wearing underwear on their heads. Why? Why, huh? By the way, this matches the old record of 270 that was set in Naperville, Illinois back in 2012. Another reason to be proud of the Lou, folks.
Oh, so proud.
We are number one.